my newest BMAX racer, Hellboy. After much success with my Eagle BMAX car, I've decided to turn my attention towards a new car, and I built it this past weekend. It's called Hellboy, yes. And I started off here with a red chassis. Yes, FM-A red chassis. Yeah, some people say that these red plastics are actually superior to the darker plastics. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Yeah, but you know what? I don't trust fluorescent plastics, and red is not fluorescent, I know, but still, like, colored plastics to me are a little iffy. So I decided to reinforce all the best parts, all the most like sensitive parts of a car with the black parts instead, because I know that the black parts are really strong. So I have here the motor cover as a black part. I also have here the body catch as a black part. I also have the top gear cover, as well as the motor mount and the battery cover and this here, the gear cover on the body chassis. I have those all in black parts because those are stronger parts, in my opinion, than colored plastics. But your mileage may vary. You might have found the golden colored plastic parts that work out best and are strong. So yeah, it's just my own personal bias, and I like the color combination here of red and black. It's pretty cool. This is my inspiration, Hellboy right here. Pretty cool. And this is the carbon reinforced wheels. Yes, pretty cool. Let's take a look at other internals here. So here inside here is not a 3-5-1 or a 3-7-1 gear, but a 4-to-1 gear ratio. Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, that combined with the small tires, very high torque. It's gonna whiz around corners really fast, like a little JCW Mini Cooper. Pretty cool, yeah. Let's take a look at other things here. I decided to add more weights on the side than usual. Usually I have here the cylinder or cylindrical weights, and on top I would have the hamburger bun weights, the hamburger top half bun weights. But here I have two of these cylindrical weights here. So it's a little more stable, a little heavier, but a little more stable than my previous cars, like Beagle. So on the rear, we have here item number 95499, the aluminum ball race rollers, 13mm black, ringless. Pretty cool. I've got 4 of them right here. This part that's in between these 13mm rollers, this can be found in the item number 15520, the rear skid roller set. Yes. Now, if you take a look at the parts that are in this rear skid roller set, right there, you'll see that the instructions that you get with the roller set does not have any mention about what you do with these things. However, I've seen more than my fair share of Tamiya racing cars that have this in between the top and the bottom rollers. And what does that do? That's going to prevent snags. So here, 13mm rollers, they're kind of small, so there's not going to be as much snag as, say, 19mm rollers. So if this were to accidentally hit on the side here and then catch on the top here, there might be a little bit of snag before going on. But now that you've got these little side pieces right here, that's going to, imagine this car bumps and hits against the track. It's going to just slide off and just basically slide very quickly right off, instead of sliding off, catching a little bit, and then rolling forward. It's going to hit, slide off quickly, and go forward. That's what you want. You want to prevent the unnecessary snags and delays. Those little fractions of seconds can cost you a lot. So yeah, pretty cool. So on the front here, I've got my double mounted carbon plates right here. They're like fused together, screws and lock nuts on the top there, as you see. And the front here, we have 12, 13mm rollers. Yeah, pretty cool. And the top here, these are stabilizers. Yes, pretty cool. These stabilizers, I installed a steel lock nut inside each one so that I can basically twist them on and twist them off to my heart's content. Pretty cool. So yeah, very, very cool. So on the bottom here, we have here an FRP plate. The FRP plate you can see right here, single FRP plate. And I've got a brake on attached to it and tape covering it up. So what kind of brake am I using, you might ask? I'm using a 2mm brake. I'm using the gray brake this time. The gray brake, if you don't have it taped up, it's going to have the resistance of a pencil eraser. So that's kind of harsh. So you want to cover this up with some tape so that you don't get that harshness. You don't get to slow down completely on the slope. You want to be able to slow down a car just a little bit so that it can go up the hill properly. So you don't want the rubber eraser surface to basically cause it to basically stop and then continue on. So yeah, pretty cool. On the back, I ran out of 2mm brakes, otherwise I'd be using them. So here I have a double reinforced 1mm brake on each of these, here and here. So these are, it's basically a 1mm, and I then sandwich a 1mm on top, and same here. So that's how I get my 2mm brakes. Pretty cool. And the bottom part here is nothing more than 3 carbon plates sandwiched together to form this. And I have my rollers close to the wheels on the back as well as the front. So pretty cool. So you do that, you want to get this closer to the wheels for better cornering. Pretty cool. Yeah. So this has got a torque-tuned engine in there. It's not my fastest torque-tuned engine, but you know what? Those torque-tuned engines that feel a little bit slower, they might just be more torquey than they are top speed-wise. So do check them out. Don't throw any of your torque-tuned motors away. You want to make sure that you find a specific purpose for each torque-tuned motor that you have. Each atomic tune motor that you have, you can throw away the rev-tuned motors. They're kind of like useless for a lot of racing purposes. But they're good for testing purposes. You can even race box stock motors in tune class if you really want to. You're probably not going to win very much, but yeah, you can. That's permissible too. But yeah, in tune class, only atomic tuned, torque tuned, rev tuned motors are allowed. Yeah, so here we go. This is BMAX car, but I've got a tuned engine in it. Pretty cool. So here I painted the body, as you see here, the smock frame, with a red base, red skull shell. I call this the skull shell, the bottom part. And the accent parts are black. So we've got this red-black motif matching the red-black motif of this, yeah. And the paint that I happened to use was Tamiya's paint, Tamiya's plastic paints, and yeah, the red kind of matches this red nicely. So pretty cool, yeah. Now, if any of you have seen the red parts that they give you with the red chassis, they don't match. For whatever reason, the palm red parts do not match the chassis red. So I don't know why they did that. Like, it seems like the palm parts are a lot more orangey. You'll see right here, the palm parts here are a little more orangey than the body or other red plastics that Tamiya has. So you can see the color difference here. Maybe you can't see the color difference, but this is actually a lighter shade of red than is the body or this right here. So yeah, it's almost like an orangey red, whereas this is a red. Yeah, so I don't know why it's like that. Really weird. I don't know why they couldn't just color match everything. Don't know. But yeah, I had a lot of fun building this. It's going to be a pretty fast car. I tested it against Eagle, and on speed tests, this goes at least as fast as Eagle and sometimes faster, and that's all I wanted to do. So yes, everybody, my newest car, Hellboy, yeah! If you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel, and you'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you, bye.